Checking out this M4 Sherman, World War II era, and some of the shells down here. And we got a little bit of information on our 1944 M4 Sherman. 5-speed, 100 miles cruising. mph. And you can see the castings on them are a little bit on the crude side. I never really realized that. But they made them fast for the war, so they didn't have to be perfect. And Thunderbolt. I've seen nose art, but that's the first time I've ever noticed art on the side of a tank. You can see the probably 30 caliber machine gun right here. And I believe we may have a motor. We'll see what this Packard motor is for. That's a big one. And that's a Marine engine. And that is a V12, almost 2,500 cubic inches. And it is supercharged. 1,500 horsepower. And you can see the supercharger in front, centrifugal. And large motor, probably went into, might have went in that boat right there. They're restoring. And there's our big old tank again. And behind the tank here is a very large structure, and it is actually a PT boat, and it's in restoration process right now. It has all the framework, wooden framework for the skins to be fit to. All the way around. JFK is actually a captain of one of these PT boats. You can see it coming on around. And the top up there.
Small arms.
And they're getting ready to reskin the PT boat here. And the gentleman told me that this was possibly redone before, but they didn't use marine grade wood. And which I did not realize that these PT boats, PT 728, there's some information on that. But if I didn't realize that those were wood boats. They had the 30 big Packard aircraft motors in them to make them fast. They had torpedoes on them, and they have machine guns on them. But they are wooden boats. You can see the bottom of the floor in here. You can see where you walk through from the front to the back.
Once the torpedoes got ahead of your boat, then you turn sharply.
There you can see that door.
Because they're shooting at you all the time.
You can see the top of the boat up there. And you can see on the rest of the way back. And it has a lot more reinforcing, it looks like, in the back. Maybe that's because that big motor and the speed. But yeah, I never knew that these were wooden boats. Pretty amazing.
This is amazing. I wish I had more expertise on.
And I'll get back a little bit so you can see more of the top.
What they really do.
This
you can see where
Browning 50 caliber machine gun here. I'll walk up a little closer and you see charging and everything, and looks like it might be triggered by a button on top instead of the switch on the back. But there's the sights on top.
that is one massive.
But this will go in that PT boat. It's not out of an airplane, or this is from that PT boat.
You can keep track of that.
Here's it's like a half scale model of a PT boat.
Probably
quarter scale model, and it kind of gives you an idea what they're building here. But you can see the guy, he's got a cannon up front. And then we have the dual 50 caliber machine guns. These are torpedo tubes on the side. Looks like 2 torpedo tubes on each side. And then down below here would be the quarters for the people to run the boat. And then back here you see all these stacks. And this is where they have the 3 big Packard motors. Like I think 1,500 horsepower each.
Big.
And so that gives you an idea. It's like a 70-foot long wooden speedboat. Maybe like a great big huge Chris Craft back in the day. We saw the PT boat inside. Here is another one outside. And it gives you an idea sitting next to that little BMW right there. 72-foot long boat. And this was made into a cabin cruiser. And it was used on Lake Huron. And it needs enough work that it wasn't worth the original previous owner restoring it. So he donated it here to the museum. And they're using it to help with the restoration they got going right now. So I'll come up kind of close so you can see the wood. Because it has a big gash in it, so it makes it easier to see. But you can see the wood. So I always thought these were metal boats, but they are wood. You can see the slats down the sides. And I believe it was mahogany. They had stacks of mahogany inside. And you can see the big props out the back. So it gives you a little bit of an idea what it's going to look like, but when the other one's done, I'm sure it'll be much nicer than this one. And the big exhaust coming out the back.